You're listening to a portion of our conversation from episode 292, featuring the Jurassic Wire with myself, Brad Jost, and co-host Aaron Beyer. If you want to hear the full conversation, download the episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Today we discuss Jurassic World, mobile gaming, the Dinosaur Challenge game from Fresh Delmont, and the potential for Jurassic World Primal Ops. As always, be sure to let us know what you think, and of course, we hope you enjoy it. Let's move on to our actual topics here for Jurassic.
Let's do it.
All right, let's move on to the first one, and this one we're gonna throw it over to Jurassic Outpost for a second here because they how do I do this? I forget. They came across or somebody over there, I don't know who, came across a trademark, which I'll pop up here. Jurassic World Primal Ops trademark. All right, so this is an official trademark by Universal City Studios LLC. Downloadable interactive multimedia software for playing games, downloadable software in nature of a mobile application for playing games, and accessing entertainment content for use with computers, portable, handheld, digital, electronic communication devices, mobile devices, wired, wireless communication devices, and video game consoles. Downloadable computer game software for wireless and electronic mobile devices, phones, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you get it. Okay?
Yeah.
So typically in trademarks, if you're not like aware, trademarks encompass so much. You know, like if you ever read it, you're like, I don't know what this is for. It could be anything with the wording that they use here. I have no idea. So like, you know, looking at this trademark, you see Jurassic World Primal Ops, and you know that it seems like it's for a game of some sort, right? But they mention so many things. You know, they mention video game consoles. They mention mostly it seems like they mention mobile applications and games and stuff such like that. So you know, it seems like maybe that's where it's leaning towards, but you never know, I guess. So you know, Jurassic Outpost wrote up this article, so go check that out. I'll make sure to put that link in the show notes. But you know, they're kind of leaning towards the fact that, you know, it might be a mobile game as well. So and actually this point here, it looks like EJ here, I've got it in the video, so if you're listening to the podcast, EJ at We The Uninspired over on Twitter showcased an image of a like a targeted ad, and I see these all the time. I don't know if you see these often on like Instagram and stuff like that, but like you'll come across a post on Instagram where you click on it, it looks like it would be a legit Jurassic game, but it's actually not a game. It's like, hey, would you want this to be a game? You know, like it's more so like seeing what people are into, what people are going to click on, you know, to kind of get some idea what people are open to. So
Sure.
I've seen that a lot over on Instagram, and it looks like EJ has as well. So, and they included it in the article over there. So what are your thoughts? Jurassic World Primal Ops. What are you thinking?
Well, I've never seen a. Was this you said a copyright or a release or something? What do they call this?
Yeah, this is just a trademark.
Trademark. I've never seen a video game trademark. What's interesting is that they're labeling everything that this thing could possibly come to. But let's say it's a phone app, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking here. Now, if it comes to Android, Windows 11 is supposedly going to be able to run Android apps, which means you'll be able to play phone apps on your PC, right? So now it's coming to. So if it comes to Android, that means it's coming to PC, right? But if you can play them on Windows 11, why wouldn't they patch this into where you can play it on Xbox Series consoles, right? Like, because that's Windows as well. It's a shell of Windows. So then if Series consoles can basically be Windows 11, which basically can play Android apps, they can somehow backdoor this Android game into your console, which, don't get me wrong, I'm actually really stoked that like Windows 11 is going to be able to play Android games, because I play one mobile game. I play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius or something, And the reason I don't play it very much is because it's on this, and I don't like playing games like this. This is weird to me. Ooh, what's that? Okay. What's good games? Anyway, I don't like playing games like vertically like this. I like playing them like this, and even better, Brad. This is how old I am. I like playing them with buttons. Now,
yeah, there you go.
I
So
don't know. I know that I'm very,
on-
very old, but see this, kids? This is what we call a D-pad, and it's tactile.
Oh.
And you can push it. And there's joysticks on this incredible PlayStation Vita handheld device. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm game for another on the go kind of game.
I was on mute while you were talking. I thought I was saying it out loud, but I wasn't. But you got to invest, I guess, in a backbone. It's like one of those like little controllers you can like attach, I guess, to your phone.
Yeah,
so,
but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, I play my Switch a lot in my hands.
Beautiful unibody design. One piece of plastic surrounding that screen.
I mean,
Dual
I guess
analog
it's
sticks.
nice. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the backbone is like a legit controller. Like it's literally like putting a Xbox in your hand, and you can actually play all the Xbox stuff with the backbone, and it's pretty legit. So I've considered getting it for a while, but haven't yet. Because I do have what do you call it? Apple, whatever their gaming thing is. Which, I do have that. I don't really use it a ton. I just waste money on it for the most part. My son plays some of the stuff on there. But I do find some of it pretty enjoyable. But some of those bigger games like you're talking about, I'm like, I don't want to play like Final Fantasy or something like that on my phone. I'm just not into that.
But here's the thing. But, they just did like the Pixel Perfect collection or whatever, which is 1 through 6. So these are not big games, right? These are the old school turn-based, there's really no reason why you shouldn't just be able to touch all that stuff. I'm just an old bag of dirt and I want the stupid select buttons. I like this idea of this backbone, but like, even like I'm looking at this, right? And it's not, it's just not as elegant as like I would even argue that the Switch Lite is more elegant than the actual Switch. Like,
yeah, it's not the most functional. Like it's a little awkward, but like I do tend to use it mostly in my hands. I
do not. I play my Switch on the TV for the most part, which is the only thing hindering me from getting a Switch Lite, because on the go, I would much rather have the unibody design as opposed to the controllers that they come out like they're not locked in there super well. I'm sorry, I'm trying to reorganize you so I'm not staring this way for the whole entire podcast. I have to look at you. Like this is the
yeah, I had to readjust my window so I was staring more straight than because before I was like looking over here.
We just have a podcast where we're just talking like this for
3 hours. But anyway, Primal Ops. Let's talk about Jurassic mobile gaming for a second.
Sure.
There's been a few iterations of things over the years. I still have Jurassic World Alive installed on my phone. I only recently re-added it because my son's really into Pokemon Go, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll throw a little Jurassic.
But that's the only one that's left, right?
I don't know.
Maybe the Jurassic World Park Builder is still up, but Jurassic Park is gone.
Maybe, yeah, I think that one's gone.
And the Telltale game is gone.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess the Jurassic World, the game, isn't that what it was called, right? Yeah. I'll be honest. I'll have to look this up. Let's see, Jurassic World.
The problem is though, if you ever bought it, it's going to show up as available.
I guess, yeah, but there's like no, they got post as of 14 hours ago, so I guess they're still going strong. Okay. So I faded off of that one for a long time ago. Like, you know, I liked the Jurassic Park one, the Jurassic World one I kept for a little while. But I think the Jurassic World one, I'm I think it was that one. I found that like every time I opened it, it like took so long to open for me, so I ended up like getting rid of it. So I have Alive. I still think that's a fun game, you know, every now and then. It's not something I play often. I know people have continued to play it pretty often. But outside of that, like I know also there is a which is a reason why I downloaded. Oh, it's called Apple Arcade. There's a Brawls app, and it's like a Lego Brawls game where like you can go to like a Jurassic place and use Owen and Claire and all these different things and like battle, you know, other Legos or whatever. So so that's the thing as well that I have played. But yeah, I don't know. These Jurassic World mobile apps are not really too inspired for me. They're not something that I'm like, I need to go do. I need to play them. I'll play them for a little bit and then I'll be done. Let me actually ask you this. So just recently, I'm blanking on the name of it at the moment, but let me go to the website. It's called dinosaurchallenge.com. You go to dinosaurchallenge.com. Oh, it's Del Monte. I don't know how to say it, but it's the bananas that you buy in the store. They have a bunch of produce and stuff like that. They have like a new program going on with Camp Cretaceous where you can like buy the produce, you can scan some stuff, you can do some AR in the store. But they also have a game where you can log in and you can play you know, a dinosaur game. It's a running game. So you basically have like I think there was like two characters from Camp Cretaceous. I was able to use Brooklyn and Darius, and basically you just run right and you jump, you try to get fruit and produce, and you're getting chased. The first level, the first level, I was getting chased by Darius. I'm not Darius. Oh my god! The first level I was Darius getting chased by Blue, and then the second level I was Darius again, just getting chased by Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus literally just sounded like Blue. There was no difference. But it is not a very functional game. You could play it on your phone.
It was made by a banana company. Do you think this would be a great game? This reminds me of like this reminds me of like the 7-Up game when we were kids. Do you remember the 7-Up Nintendo game?
Yeah.
The M&M's games, like, oh, that's funny, dude. I'm glad that you took the hit for all of us.
I know.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh man, now this music is playing from the game. Let me see, because I don't know if I can add the video. I don't know if I can add the video to here. I don't know why I stopped sharing that screen, but let me see if I can add the video because I was playing it and I was screen recording, and then I was like having the worst time trying to get through some of these levels, and I did screen record it, but I don't know where it is. It's somewhere around here.
While you're doing this, you got me. I think I want this Backbone device. Like, just because I'm I'm weirdly curious about new tech.
Oh, it looks like the game. Oh, all right. So it is playing. The video is playing here. So if you're listening to the podcast, sorry, but I have a video of me playing the game here, and you can see me going through. There's like medals that you have to get. So when you're also getting the fruit and stuff and the vegetables, whatever.
It's
you can
vertical.
Also, yeah.
Why?
And I don't know. And some of the buttons, like it's just literally an up and down button. And you just jump on different platforms, different levels and stuff like that. And you can slide under things like you usually can in those running games. But you also have to get these medallions or medals or whatever. They're just the Jurassic logo. But I just had the hardest time like trying to jump. There was one level that I get to the end. I'm like basically at the end of the level. And literally there's just a blank. There's an open wall where you should be able to run, but it wouldn't let me go through. It would not let me go through. The game trips you up a lot on these like walls that you're supposed to slide under. I'll slide under them and I'll still end up hitting them. There's a lot of like bodies of water that you have to jump over and grab on the vines and stuff. And some of them are just like impossible to do from like a certain angle, and you just end up falling in the water. So I was having like an extremely frustrating time playing this game, but I don't know. I know it's not supposed to be like, the end all be all for like a mobile game or anything like that, but it was serviceable for what it is. So there, I just fell in the water. But I don't know. It was all right, but I just wish that it wasn't like such a struggle to get through this game. I wish there was like a little bit more fun to it, so that way I could not die every 2 seconds. But I don't know if you've been able to see it. I know it looks like your video is going, Aaron, but
yeah, I could see it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my machine.
All right, cool, you're back. But yeah, so I know you were out there for a second, but you see this video going. What are your thoughts on this? I know you kind of were like, "Oh my god, it's vertical." But
it's like, why? Like, kids, did you know that the iPhone? Brad, do you remember when the iPhone was announced and he like was like, "Hey, here's like the phone," and he went, and like the entire screen like flipped horizontally. We were like, "What? Oh my mind! You could have your phone vertical and horizontal." Like, why is this game designed for vertical? What is it? What are we teaching our children?
I was on a computer when I played this too, so it's like, what is happening?
Like,
so yeah, I don't know. But I get it. It's not supposed to be like it's not an app. It's not like a hugely functional game or anything. But I was just like, couldn't it just been like a little bit more functional than it is? Like, because the buttons weren't working, and overall, it just made it frustrating. And actually,
it's so funny.
Delmont is giving away a trip to Universal Orlando, and the only way you can get it or like at least be entered is by completing the game. So you got to complete, it looks like 3 levels of like 3 levels, I guess.
Sure.
So yeah. So
but that's like Camp Cretaceous, right?
On my way through.
That's like Camp Cretaceous. He got his trip to Jurassic World by completing the game.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Right?
I didn't even think about that. That's so funny.
Yeah. Fun.
I'm gonna be the only person who can beat a video game. I swear I can do it. But yeah. Anyway, I don't think Primal Ops will be like this. But what do you think about? Let's get back to Primal Ops here for a second. So, what does that name evoke in you? What do you think about when you hear Jurassic World Primal Ops?
Well, the problem is I've seen the photo, whether it's fake or not. I've seen
the photo was basically like, like it's a what if scenario. It's like, would you play this kind of game? But it doesn't necessarily pertain to Primal Ops. It may, but we don't know for sure.
Here's the thing: I would love for it to be a turn-based RPG, but I know that that's never going to happen because kids don't play turn-based RPGs. You get what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really excited for Triangle Strategy to come out on Switch in March. I don't know too many little kids that are excited for Triangle Strategy, So I don't know. Like, what do you think? What are you thinking?
I think it's exactly what, basically it's just one of these like little battle games, and I'm just not into that kind of thing overall.
Yeah.
I might play that for a few minutes and then be like, all right, I get it,
Well, what's really frustrating about that is that the Jurassic Park builder and Jurassic World have the battle like mechanic in them. So like, why not just make a completely different game? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
If you could have, because I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you what a game I would love, and it'll never happen. But if you could have any kind of Jurassic Park game that's not like a park builder, what would you like to have?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess just, like a standard, it's the answer that everybody gives, like a survival game. What else would it be?
Sure.
I guess like in a way, like, Jurassic Park, the game, like was like that, right? It's not, It's not like a shoot 'em up dinosaur game or anything like that. It's just like, hey, let's get from point A to the end, to point B, and that's it. So I'm kind of into that idea. I like that style of game. I don't, I've said it before. I don't need to. I don't want to shoot a bunch of dinosaurs. I know there's that arcade game, Jurassic Park arcade or whatever it's called.
You just obliterate dinosaurs. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I know, we had a conversation with them literally so many years ago now. I'm blanking on the name of the company. Raw Thrills. Raw Thrills. And their intention was to not be blowing dinosaurs away, but and that's why in the game there's like, ice guns and like weird ray gun things and stuff like that you can pick up, and power ups and stuff like that. But that's what it is meant to be. It's, you go to an arcade and you just expect to be like, just like, just literally never letting go of the trigger. So that's what you expect there. I don't really, that's not the kind of game I want to buy or anything like that. And usually an app like this is just a free download or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. If I want a console game, I just want like a nice dark game that I can just kind of go like I don't know, Last of Us or something like that, where it's like scary, but whatever,
So I agree. I do want one of those games, like the photoreal renderings, like survival. Yeah. I do want that. I think that there's definitely a market for that. And there's a game coming out that's very similar to that, that's not Jurassic licensed. And I honestly can't believe that Universal has not reached out to them to be like, hey, let's license this. You will sell a lot more. We'll make money, because that's what happened with Friday the 13th. They were making a video game inspired by Friday the 13th. So like everything was very like, you could, like they said, they're like, you're looking at it and you go, okay, you can tell that it's, it's supposed to be Friday the 13th. We got the lake and we've got the campsite and we've got the monster and all this stuff. They're like, and we made just enough changes to like not get copyright like problems, but somehow through they got a bunch of traction, and the people who owned the franchise reached out to them and were like, hey, let's would you want to make a Friday the 13th? Would you want this to be a licensed IP game? And they're like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. And they were given a big influx of money from whatever parent company owns. That's Jason, or that's Jason, right?
Yeah.
And
no, you're saying Friday the 13th, right? Is that
Mike Myers?
No, Mike.
I don't know.
No, Friday the 13th is Freddy. Right?
No, who's the guy in the hockey mask?
No, I'm sorry. Nightmare on Elm Street. The Nightmare franchise is Freddy. Jason is the other one. Oh my god, I'm blank. I can't believe I just
See, I don't watch horror movies. I'm ashamed of you though. I know you do.
I just literally was watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre the other day.
Why? Why would you do that?
The original one.
But anyway, so they reached out to them and they were like, so they added like a bunch of time onto their dev cycle to basically remodel a ton of stuff. But the current Friday the 13th game that's out on consoles, like that's how you have that game. What I would like, and this is never going to happen, Lego kind of showed me how much fun a very bizarre take on Jurassic can be. Yeah. And what I want now is I'm going to pitch this. So September 26, 2021, 10/31 is my pitch. I want money if this ever gets made. It's called JPRPG. And it doesn't matter what movie franchise you want to pick. You just have a party of like 4. And like, after having played like Lego and like Final Fantasy VII, the original, and Octopath Traveler, I very much just want like a crazy Japanese style Jurassic game where it's humans and that you are fighting the dinosaurs, but you're fighting them to like capture them and like save them. So like, with all your hit points and your MP points and all that's like, I want all that. I want like Ellie to like control like plants, and I want like Alan to like have his like sickle claw that he like punches with. Like, I kind of want to like meld. I want to meld old school JRPGs with the Lego game and like have a beautiful digital baby.
You know,
Video
you
game.
say that like Ellie can play with, you know, fight with plants and stuff like that. I'm thinking of like the old like Simpsons game, you know, at the arcade where you're like, you know, Marge has like a vacuum cleaner or whatever like that. And like, you know,
Yeah.
they just had like the most random things that they were known for, I guess. I don't know. Is she known for vacuuming? No, I don't think so.
I mean, there's a really cool mechanic in Octopath where Haunted has she can capture the beasts. So like she captures them and then saves them for later use to fight against like the next wave or you know whatever. It's kind of cool. And again, it's another kind of game where you don't have to have guns against these animals because I think once and this is why Dominion or anything post Fallen Kingdom doesn't really work for me because once you introduce guns, it's game over.
I know,
Like,
yeah. Sorry,
I know,
I'm like looking at my video playing, and I'm like, this game is so frustrating. Sorry.
I know that Michael Crichton kind of slipped in a way that these animals were like bulletproof or whatever, but that's not real. And I get that Jurassic Park isn't real, but it's kind of supposed to feel real. And I'm sorry, like just like Owen says in Jurassic World, you have this freaking this arsenal. Strap it to a helicopter and blow this thing out of the water. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
anything now in our world, I just still can't believe that the world is going to change based off of the 30 dinosaurs that were captured off of Nublar. Like,
I think there's supposed to be more than that, but you know, whatever. I don't know. But
I don't know.
But I was doing a stream the other day, and this is a tangent. I was doing a live stream the other day, and somebody had I shout out to whoever that was. I forget at the moment, but there's like a magnet. I don't think I own this magnet. Do I? Or a pin or whatever it is? No, I don't think so. But whatever it is, like on the pin, it actually has like a coordinate on there that this is from like Universal Orlando or something like that. And it has a coordinate on there, and it has like it's like blue is on here, and it's got coordinates in the background. And the coordinate is like somewhere in California. I don't remember what it was. Go watch the stream. We narrowed it down. I took a guess as far as like where Lockwood Estate would have been, and then like at the end of Fallen Kingdom, we see like where E.T. was, like that place like where E.T. was filmed, and like that's where Blue was kind of looking over that valley area. So I'm like, all right, I know where that's located, so let me pinpoint that on a map. And then like this national park area or whatever where the coordinates went to, the GPS coordinates. So it was like we were mapping out where Blue would have been. And when I actually like was looking at a map and looking at California and just like looking at where Blue could be hiding, I was like, oh my God, this is so dense. Like there's just so much nothing out here where like dinosaurs could literally just go and disappear, like, and I was like, okay, that like satisfied me a little bit. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like dinosaurs definitely could just be gone, like they're just out there somewhere and we just don't know where they are because it's such untouched land. So it made me feel good about, better about the setup of Dominion and stuff like that. If you think about dinosaurs just going out there and just like, procreating and stuff like that, it's just out in the wilderness, like, it could happen, I guess. And you could spawn a bunch of dinosaurs out there. So I did feel better about that, but I don't know what that has to do with this, but
it has to do with the fact that anything post Fallen Kingdom, once you introduce guns into the scenario, game over.
Away. Yeah. But if you can't find them in the wilderness, I guess there's points to the dinosaurs for that. But anyway, but yeah, I just think that like that's not a very fun premise for me. So Primal Ops, like I know this game that we have here, this like test kind of game thing, a mock-up, basically has like these like hunter looking guys just like with like guns shooting at dinosaurs, I guess, and like There's a gallery here. I guess I can look through this gallery. Let me add this to the stream again. But save dinosaurs in need. And it's just a bunch of like mercenary looking dudes that are like tasing dinosaurs and it literally looks like the Lost World.
Yeah.
Roland
Roland
Temple looking guy. Yeah. But see, I love that. William Bill Riley, like a Dino Wrangler. Like I like that art. I like this vibe. Like I wish Mattel would do stuff like this. And the game looks cool. Like whatever this mock-up is, this is not Primal Ops, but whatever this mock-up is looks cool. Like electrified fences, whatever this graphic is underneath this T-Rex here. This looks like Jurassic World Alive, like literally just straight from
this whole mock-up is just gathering things from different Jurassic apps.
Yeah.
And shoving them into one. Like that's what this is.
Yeah, exactly. But it basically testing the water, seeing what people like. So Jurassic World Primal Ops. Again, who knows what this is for real, but the trademark seems to suggest that something could be on the way. But if it ended up being a console game, that could be promising, but I don't have a lot of hope for that right now. But
sure.
Maybe with the fact that Jurassic World Evolution is missing the mark in terms of release
time. Yeah,
November 2021 is not a good release for Dominion. Even like a DLC sure could come out around that time.
But we've talked about this. This was definitely supposed to be the tie-in game.
Oh, for sure, yeah,
for Dominion, like 100%.
So exactly. So maybe if there was a console game, maybe they're rushing something out or had something on the back burner that they're like, hey, let's push something out that could be a tie-in. That stuff never ends up being good. How many movie tie-in games are just atrocious? Like there's a lot of movie tie-in games. There's for almost every movie, it feels like. Some are okay, and most are terrible. So take your pick. I remember I played a Spider-Man game. I don't remember what it was on. Maybe like I played it on like GameCube or something.
There's so many Spider-Man games.
I know. I'm just saying I played one so many years ago. I still have not played the new ones. Apologies to everybody.
Whoa.
I love that old game.
You haven't played Insomniac Spider-Man?
I have not played either of them. I don't own them.
Brad,
so yeah.
You have not played Insomniac's Spider-Man.
I have not. I don't know when I have time to play these games. The last full game I played through was The Last of Us 2, and that was literally over a year ago now. I don't know if that's true, but it's a statement I just made. But I'm actually in the middle of playing a very fun game at the moment. It's called Skatebird, and it's literally birds on skateboards, and I love it. It's a great game. Speaking of dinosaurs, I guess.
You got to get Spider-Man Insomniac Spider. And here's why, though. Here's why.
Yeah, let me hear.
You like the GameCube one. So the one that's famous from that era is Spider-Man 2. That's the one that basically came out with the swing mechanics that we know today.
Yeah. That's why it was so great.
Insomniac's awesome. Spider-Man is a love letter to that game. Like, through and through. And why I think you should get it, because one, I think you yourself will enjoy the gameplay mechanics of it. You will enjoy it just because it will remind you of that game, right? But like done really, really well. But your kid will also, once you're in that open world area, your kid's gonna love swinging around and just button mashing and punching and feel like.
You don't have to talk me into this. I need to play this game. I've been wanting to play this game. I just haven't played the game. So I will get there. I will get there. I will get there. And I know there's a third one now that's going to be coming in the future, but like I'll get there. I'll get there sometime. I played the Avengers for a few. For the beta or whatever that was released, and I enjoyed it. It was a little repetitive, and then when I was playing during the beta or whatever it was, I think that's what it was. I got to the point where like all of a sudden the game opened up to like an online experience, and I was like, I'm out. I don't like this anymore. Like I was confused.
Yeah, the best part. So I've played the entire campaign. The best parts of Avenger
Okay.
are is the single player, play with a friend, campaign stuff. Once it gets into like the online aspect of it, like where it kind of becomes Destiny, I was also out because one of my favorite podcasts, they like to reference Seinfeld, but it's like, we already have a George, you know, like I've got Destiny. I don't need another game to be like Destiny. It was why I couldn't get into Anthem, right? Well, one, it also was a terrible game. It ran really bad, but again, I already have a Destiny. I play Destiny and I play Fortnite. These are my two games that are like my big comeback every day and just do my little mission games. And then, you know, I like to have like a nice, like single player story that I'm kind of bouncing around.
Yeah. But I still got to get back to Horizon Zero Dawn. So I was in the middle of that and then I stopped playing. So I'm at the point where like I've been away from it for like over a month now. And I feel like I lost the touch. Like I don't know how to play it anymore. You know, you step away for like a little bit too long, and you're like,
you'll get into it.
I'll get back into it. But anyway, back to Jurassic, because I feel like we have not talked any Jurassic tonight. So
you asked me, I said, hey, let's do an episode where we don't talk about Jurassic, and you were like, oh no, no.
That's fine. We threw a bunch of random topics in this one, but anyway, Primal Ops. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. It'll either be fun or it won't. And that's it. That's the tagline, I think. Any last thoughts?
No, not really. I have no thoughts on this.
All right. That's fine. Let's move on to our next topic.